Hello and welcome back to our Leadership Academy weekend. I trust each and one of you is absolutely fantastic. And for those of you who are just joining us for the first second, welcome. Yesterday, we talked about incredible topics, life changing topics, awareness, expansion, consciousness. And yesterday, we talked about the secrets of great leaders. We also talked about confidence. We talked about what real confidence is. It's about following your true heart desires. It's not to have a confidence to speak in public, perhaps, or to say hello to a stranger, but real confidence, it's about to follow what your heart truly desires. So, for those of you who are just joining us this moment, please do feel free to watch the replays, and all replays from our workshop will be available until Wednesday next week. So you have plenty of time to catch up. And for those of you who have been with us from the beginning, once again, welcome and congratulations, because as you know, this weekend will change the course of your life if you open to certain ideas we share with you. Today's session is one of the most important sessions in your life because it talks about your life. It talks about the laws that govern this universe, and you are a huge part of this universe. When you think about the great minds in history, Nikola Tesla, Einstein, Andrew Carnegie, Napoleon Hill, just to name a few, and even about the greatest minds in history of the current times, all of them think in a certain way. The difference between those people who we perceive as a genius is just that they think in a certain way. You and I think in a certain way as well. And in order for you to attract what you truly desire in your life, more money, more happiness, create better relationship, maybe more fulfilling life, it's not about hard work. It's not about the formal education we grew up and been programmed with. It's about something invisible. And as you may remember from yesterday's session, great leaders believe in unseen forces. They don't rely on the visible reality as we are surrounded right now. They think in different terms. Great and effective leaders, they know that there is something bigger than themselves. And what it is the energy that all there is. This is what Albert Einstein used to say a lot. And as we know, we call him a genius. So what he used to say is everything is energy, and that all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. It can be no other way. This is not philosophy. This is physics. So everything we're about to share with you today, this is not philosophy. This is physics. And as you know, physics works in a certain way that you can't just say there is no law of gravitation, because you're going to go on the top of the building and you know if you jump, you're going to fall down. There's no other way. So the same like other physics, other laws of universe work in the precise way. There's no guesstimates, there's no being lucky, there's no such a thing as hoping for the good result. If you understand the laws of physics, just like Einstein used to say about the energy, if you understand these laws and if you live with the use of those laws for your advantage, you will literally get anything you desire. Another great mind in history, Tesla, used to say that if you really want to understand how this universe works, if you really want to understand how you work, all you have to do is to think in terms of frequency, energy, and vibration. And this is what we're going to help you to understand today. What is energy? What is vibration? What is frequency? How is that affecting me? How is this affecting my results, my income, my level of happiness, the relationships, and everything that I attract into my life? This is crucial. If you really desire to create better results in your life without working hard, then this lesson is for you. So I highly encourage you to open your mind, to be open to the ideas we share here with you today, and to really lean in and listen. Get rid of all the distractions for the next half an hour and really try to understand what we're trying to help you to understand. And the last part I wanted to mention to really help you to have that creative thinking is that the only way for you to move forward is if you change your thinking, if you start challenging and question your belief system. Right now, I would like to bring Christelle back on. For those of you who have been with us yesterday, you had an incredible session with Christelle, and she talked about certain tips and tools you can use to control your emotions. And today, what she's going to be showing you is how to understand the energy. Christelle, welcome
Hello,
back.
Alex.
Welcome back. And thank you once again for joining us today.
Well, thank you for having me again. Back to back, where yesterday we shared about how to release some of those emotions that are not serving us, some of those frustrations that we may be experiencing, and being in the space of bringing those up, allowing them to come up. And we did some tapping to release into our energy centers or our organs. And when I say energy centers, this is what we're going to talk about today, which are the chakras. Everything is energy, right? So the organs is energy, it's just the way it's formed together, and we know them as organs. And we did a tapping. We focused on releasing. We also talked about emotion code. So using the body as a tool to know what emotion is trapped in the moment that I'm doing this session. What emotion is holding me back from moving forward? And there's a chart that we use so we can identify the keyword and define, all right, this is what's happening. And then I'll just go ahead and release it. I did get a little bit disconnected with the connection yesterday with the internet, which I'm trusting today is going to be perfect connection. So we should be all good there. But yesterday, the session that I think missed is that how we were releasing. So it's not just knowing what's in the way, but how to let it go. But today I'm inviting you, as Alex said, to open your mind to chakras, the energy centers inside the body. So some of you may have heard that people can see an auric field, like an aura, a color. So we have a field around our body. Some people have a field that's lots smaller, others go miles away, and that's really the energy that's around us. You know, when you walk in a room and it's like, oh my gosh, this person just walked in, or you walk in and you feel a certain way, that presence, that's your aura ahead of you, presenting to the planet, presenting to the room. Hey, Christelle is walking in. Oh, Alex is walking in. It's like that presence. And you want, when we say we step in with confidence, when you step in with that confidence, your aura is brighter. Your aura is full. Your aura has a certain way of being that it attracts energy of others. But today we're going to focus on the energy centers. And those are the 7 chakras. There are actually more chakras, but we're going to be focusing on just the 7 that most people speak about. And there are many teachers in regards to breath, breathing, this normal thing that we take for granted, as well as the energy centers, the different chakras. And Joe Dispenza is a very big and popular one where bring the energy up all the way to the top of your head and releasing it. And these meditations, you can find them on YouTube. They sometimes like 30 minutes or even an hour and a half. And they're very intense. He uses music, he uses description. All right, in that particular energy center, the first chakra, which is at the root. And then he goes to the next one, but he takes time in each one of them because we hold energy We hold emotions, we hold power, we hold all of this at the center. And the chakra, if you want to imagine it as a wheel at each point, seven. So the first one is the root. It's at the base, at the tailbone. Then it goes to your just a few inches below your belly button. And I actually go to show the colors. So the first one is red. That's your root. Then the next one, and it's red. And then the next one is your energy center where you create. So imagine this is where your belly button is. This is where mother gives birth. This is where you get birth through new ideas. The color is orange, kind of like my salt lamp there. Okay. Then you move to the next point, which is the solar plex, yellow, the point of confidence. This is the stomach area. Then the important one is the heart chakra, the seventh. I'm sorry, the fourth one, transformation. The color is green. Then we go into the throat. So, sometimes people have throat cancer and different cancers. It's because those energy centers are blocked. So the throat, and I'm bringing that one because I've heard people with thyroid. I've heard people with, my uncle had cancer in his throat. He's not someone who speak his mind. This is where you speak your truth. So the color is blue here. Doesn't matter the color. I'm just introducing you to a lot of those little things. So when you hear about them, it's like planting a seed and it starts to flower, right? So we're going from the throat now to your third eye, which is basically the energy center here for your intuition that comes through seeing. Okay, that color is indigo. Then you go top of the head, crown, which is where they say the energy. A lot of people say, imagine that bright light coming in. A lot of people say the bright white light coming in because it's an imagination of divinity, infinite energy. Um, I will say, don't get tagged on to the divine God. All those are basically that invisible force. However it works for you to think of God, the divine energy, infinite intelligence, all, let's say, is the same right now, and focus on more of what you're getting from sensing and feeling and experiencing. Okay, so when we're doing the breath, people start below the feet, where there are energy centers below the chakras, on the feet, and imagining, and I'm actually going to stand because I feel more comfortable doing some of this standing up. So you want to imagine that below your feet, you have, imagine there's the earth, right? So you imagining that energy coming up through your legs to your first chakra, to the second, to the third, and to the fourth. And when you get to that fourth one, you let it go. And then you bring it in from the top of your head and let it go. So we are really activating all those energy centers. Sorry, I feel like my light is distracting here. Okay, here we go. So this is one way to breathe. It doesn't take long, just a couple of those breaths. Okay. Now I'm going to invite you into a specific balancing of those chakras. So you say, well, Krishna, I don't have 10 minutes. I only have 3. Okay. So we're going to balance those quicker. So we're going to go ahead and place, and you don't have to place your hands in those areas, but where you put your hands, sometimes your focus goes there, right? So your energy will go there. And before I go to that, I had an analogy to make. If you're a parent or if you have a child around you and they're not feeling well, you very often will place your hand on their stomach, on their heart, on places of their body. So you're transmuting energy from you, electromagnetic field from your palm into that person. And you basically a conduit, like you're conduit for that energy. The energy is coming through you. Okay, so imagine you basically placing your hand on the top of your head and at your base, so basically right in your groin area. You don't have to feel uncomfortable with it. This is your body that you're connecting with, and we're going to balance the first and the second, and the sixth, and we're going to bring it all the way to the heart. But before we do that, I want to go through the finished explanation so you can step into relaxation and experiencing. So I'm just going to first read. Cindy Dale is one of the energy practitioner and energy medicine, and she says, raise So we're talking today about the rays, like the rays of the sun. Rays are horizontally axis energies that nourish our energy system, linking us between heaven, absolute universe, right? God, divinity, all those, and polarity and shadow universe. You may hear a lot of people speak right now of shadow work. It's like that energy that's behind us that we don't really see. That's that blind spot, right? Those places that we're like, I don't know, the subconscious mind, like those blind spots that we keep having those habits, and we don't know why we're not getting the results we want. Well, it's doing the shadow work, clearing those energies that are blocking us. So they attach to the chakras and move into the body through them. So you have attaching to your chakra energies are no longer serving you, and we get to release them and access them. Rays provide means for moving in place, for opening to energies that can truly shift us from through the assistance of divinity. So that infinite, divine, imaginary, that we don't know what it looks like or feels like. Some of us, some actually experience it. That's what we're actually going to experience right now. So don't judge anything that you're experiencing. Observe, be with it. Okay. So I'm going to sit back again. I invite you to also sit down and relax as you close your eyes, and inviting you to either place your hands in those places, in those spots, or just imagine. So, your first chakra at the base, we're going to imagine the energy coming from the outer, right? And it's pure, good energy coming in that you're inviting into the first chakra in the front of your body. And then you imagine it coming up to the top of your head, but to the back. So to exit through the crown chakra. Okay. This is the point, those are the points of the willpower. Okay. Security, willpower is the first chakra. So you're imagining, you're experiencing, you're allowing yourself to connect. You observe, you don't judge. That willpower. So the entry point at the first chakra is establishes the divine source self-existence on the physical level. And you may experience the energy coming up, or imagine it coming all the way up to the top of your head and coming to the back of your crown. That exit point reconnects the human self-existence to divine source. So you're basically connecting, taking that moment to connect with God, divine, infinite intelligence, however you want to connect with it. So I'm going to be quiet for a moment and experiencing entry from the first chakra, coming all the way up to your body and exit into the back. You can stay there as long as you need, but because of the time constraint, we're going to move on to the next point. So now your third eye, your intuitive hits from from seeing, that people would say. So this is your third eye. And then you're placing it on your belly, just where your belly button is, right below it, a few inches. You can hold your stomach. And now the entry point is going to be the third eye, coming through the body and exiting to the back. Okay, so wherever you hold it, it's okay. Just imagine going in and coming out. So it may be best for you to actually put your other hand to the back of your body so you can imagine it coming in. And this is a point of kindness. This is where you get to experience kindness at its fullest. The entry point, the third eye, allows human self to see self through the eyes of divine source. This is where you get to see yourself at the highest, at the best, your divine nature. Seeing yourself through kindness and love. And you're letting that energy come through your body and the other chakras and exiting to the back. And that back point is to return our feeling states. This is where you get to experience and feel This is where you get to experience where it might be uncomfortable, it might be difficult, but you're letting pass because energy moves. Sometimes we're ready to take actions that are not inspired. They're just actions to be busy and to be in activity. And we can create frustration. Those energies are not, or emotions are not serving us. When we sometimes just need to be steadfast, sitting still, and letting those energy pass through our body. So you imagine again, coming to the top of your third eye, the front of your face, through the body, and out to the back. So first, the points with willpower, kindness, and love. Now you go ahead and bring the throat. Okay, and now it's going to be uncomfortable to put it unless you're actually able to. So you can actually bring it anywhere on your body that's around your stomach area. So if you're able to hold the points here, or just imagine this is your intelligence. The entry point is now going to be the back, your solar plex. So the chakras are all around the body, like it's the center and it's all around. So coming from the back and coming out, exiting through the front. So the entry point in the back brings divine source ideas. This is where you get to have ideas to human self for consideration. Allows human self to consider what to activate. So you have a goal, and this is where you can access those points and allowing the energy to guide you. And the exit point is return decisions, consequences, learning back to the divine source. And the reason why I'm sharing those points is to bring intellect to those, because you can just meditate and be within and allowing the energy to do its job. But we are human and we want to know. We want to know what it means. We want to know what it does. So I'm sharing with you so you know that those points do have entry points, exit points, and that they have an impact in how we experience our day, how we experience our goals, our results. So we'll be experiencing again from the back, coming out through the throat. All right, and now we'll go ahead and bring it to the heart. You can basically place both hands on your heart space. This is unity. This is where we get to bring all of this together. Remember when I did that first breath in and out? Transformation happens here, the heart. Sometimes we're all stuck in the head. Bring it to the heart. So the entry point is reinforcing the fact that divine source will bring heart's desires to the human self through concrete reality. What's reality? It's from perspective, what we're creating. And the exit point here reflects harmonies and disharmony back to the divine source, to reflection and healing. This is where we get to observe and allow new possibilities. Let's go ahead and breathe a moment in the heart space. When you relax here, you can feel your body just melting and connecting with energy. And as I say that, some of you may say, well, I'm not feeling anything. With practice, you get to connect, right? You go to the gym, you may feel sore at first, but then you get to connect with those muscles and see that growth. It's a muscle to connect with your energy centers. So we'll go ahead and stop here. There are some other ways, but those are the different chakras. And I want to invite you to have gratitude, right? So yesterday when we let go, so you have a practice for yourself. I'm letting go what's no longer serving, doing the tapping or the emotion code. And then I have a moment of balancing my chakras. And then you can write your gratitude from that point. New ideas may transcribe through your hands and write new ideas, or through your auditorio when you speak to others. So, Alex, this will conclude the raise that I wanted to share today. And this is from Cindy Dale. And I'm not sure if you want to share your experience or if you're basically working in the background, but maybe something you want to share with us on what you got.
Absolutely. I feel very relaxed. The way I've started this workshop, I can literally feel like my body just went into like a sponge mode, when it's just all the muscles relaxed. And I absolutely love this session, Christelle, because when we talked about leadership yesterday, and when we talked about a great and effective leader being a calm person, where they communicate their ideas and vision with calmness, this is what will and can help every person who feels stress, tension, everything that the body is going through. This very simple, think about it, guys, only 10-15 minutes. That can relax your body, and when your body is relaxed, your mind is relaxed as well. So it's such a beautiful way to start your day, or a beautiful way, or a beautiful tool to incorporate into your daily routine, where perhaps you are at work and you are overwhelmed with meetings, with demands from other people, and you just feel tense. And you can start using this straight away. And I remember when I first started working with Bob Proctor, with my mentor, and we had like a one-on-one meeting, and he asked me about my goals, my visions. And I'll never forget it. I sat in front of him, and I was telling him about what I want to achieve in the next few months. And the first thing he said to me, he looked at me and he said, relax, relax. And I never thought I would be tensed. I never thought of myself as being that tense person. But that explains a lot in my life, where we often believe in the law of attraction, which is quite famous for the secret. And we often believe that ask, believe, and receive. So we might ask what we want, we might say we believe it, but the receiving part might be blocked. The receiving part might be blocked. And Christelle, you've just helped everyone who is open to this practice to unblock that energy, because when you relax, you start to attract. Only we can only manifest our dreams and desires in a relaxed state. So thank you very much for this session.
Thanks for allowing me to share. And again, this is Cindy Dale, so you can find her and this particular practice. But any ways that you can, like you said, relax, be in that moment, and receive, because
Beautiful.
new ideas will come. Yeah, thank
Absolutely.
you.
Thank you so much, Christelle, once again for being here with us today. And have a beautiful weekend. I know you have a plane to catch today.
I am catching a plane, yes, to Panama this noon today, so in a few hours. So
Uh,
thanks for allowing me to be with you, and successful continuation. And if you need to connect, feel free to do so.
Absolutely. Thank you, Christelle, and have a
Thank you.
beautiful weekend.
Thanks, you too.
So I hope each and one of you have enjoyed this session. And for those of you who perhaps just joined us this moment and maybe you've missed the beginning, just a kind reminder that these replays will be available for the next 5 days. So you have a chance to watch these replays until Wednesday. But what I wanted to also highlight in today's session before we wrap up is that a leadership is so important in our lifetime, in our life. So either you are in a leadership role in your career, or you are a leader in your own life. Maybe you see yourself as one, maybe you don't see yourself as one just yet. But what I really want you to understand is that unless you are open to study who you really are and what you truly are, no matter how hard you try, no matter how hard you work, things will just not be coming your way the way you desire. Why is this? And this could be very confusing. And maybe some of you can relate to this. I can definitely relate to this based on my past experience, that sometimes I would think of something and it would just happen. And I would be amazed. And sometimes I would think, oh, that's great, it worked. But other times, I would think of something, I would have desires, and no matter what I knew, no matter how many books I've read, no matter how hard I worked and how dedicated I was, it was just not happening. And after about 7, 8 years of reading books, believing in the law of attraction, believing in other laws that govern the universe, like cause and effect, the law of vibration, it was just not happening for me. So, what has happened after 7 and 8 years of searching? I started doubting myself. I started doubting that all of this works. I was thinking this is just nonsense. Somebody just made up a story, and somehow the story is still there out there somewhere, but it's just not working for me. And when I was at the lowest point of my life, which was about 7 years ago, I literally said, this is just completely not working for me. So, making a long story short, as Nicole said yesterday, I was at the point where I thought I will just give it one more shot. If this is not going to work out, if this is not going to help me, then nothing will. And that was where I basically contacted Bob Proctor, and I wanted him to mentor me, because I followed him for about 7, 8 years, and I remember thinking, he knows something. If he was some sort of a scam, he would have been gone long time ago. But I kept seeing him over and over again for years, and every time when I watched him, when I listened to him, something was shifting within myself. It made me feel good. The information really resonated with me. I couldn't really explain it, but every single time I put him on YouTube or I read a book of his, I felt better. I felt connected. And what I've learned in the recent years is that the truth always resonates with us. You can't explain it sometimes, you can't understand it fully, but the truth always resonates with you. So when you have that inner voice that there's something more out there, that maybe perhaps I should go this way or that way, that's exactly what you should follow. And the only thing that is stopping you is just the paradigm. It's just that belief that you're not ready, you don't have enough money, time, whatever it is. So I really want you to, today and throughout this weekend, to keep asking yourself that one question: what is that I really want? And I want you to really be very clear with yourself. Are you living your desired life right now? What is that you really want? That is such an important question. And now, when it comes to today's topic, I also encourage you to think or start thinking in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Just like Christelle said, there is energy that flows through us. And this is physics. This is not philosophy, just like Einstein used to say. And that energy flows through the crown of your head. And that energy is very pure and powerful. But that energy just is. So it's neither negative nor positive. It just is. And now, what's happening right the moment that flows through your head is that you give it direction. You give that energy direction. And how is this happening? The first moment, and it happens very quickly in a split second, the first moment when you give it direction is through your thoughts. So your thoughts give direction to that energy. So if you go through your day and you think in terms of, I can't make it happen, life is expensive, economy is going really down the hill, bills are coming, how am I going to make it happen? You give that energy direction with your thinking. The more you entertain these thoughts, that then affects your emotions. So you're not feeling good. You're not feeling at your best. You're definitely not going to feel energized to go out there and do something different, right? You're just going to feel low, depressed, worried. Maybe you're going to be fearful of what the future is going to bring. And that mental state affects your results because, as you may remember from yesterday's session, so session number 2, we talked about confidence. We talked about what affects your confidence, and we talked about a stick person. And I showed you a PowerPoint about a stick person. So if you didn't have a chance to watch it, please do go back to session number 2 and watch it. That stick person represents each and one of you. So the thoughts, feelings affect your action. So either you are going to make a decision and go towards what you desire, or you're going to talk yourself out of it. You're going to sabotage your success. You're going to procrastinate, which means you're going to say, I'm not ready. Today is not the right moment. I'm just going to wait for the right time. For many of you, and I am in touch with a lot of you, you are waiting for the right time. You are waiting for the right time. I'm doing okay. It's okay. But you're not ready to take that action to really bet on yourself. And only through the work with my mentor, I really started to understand what was stopping me. Because I had no idea I was actually stopping myself. I had no idea I was in my own way. Why? Because consciously, I wanted better life. I wanted to earn more money. But emotionally, which is your vibration, so emotions represent your vibration. So vibrationally, I wasn't there. I wasn't perhaps happy with my state of work. I wasn't happy with my relationships either. I wasn't in a good place. So vibrationally, I was nowhere near where my desired goal. And then comes frequency. So energy, vibration, and frequency. So energy, once again, you give it direction with your thinking. Vibration is your emotional state. So once you entertain that thinking for some time, even few minutes, your vibration change straight away. So you either vibrate low or high. If you're worried, fearful, have doubts in yourself or anything you do, your vibration are very low. So that's the low vibration. The low vibration is the primary law. And then frequency. Frequency is basically you are attracting everything that is in harmony with you. So it's not like the law of attraction says, yes, ask, believe, and receive. Many people ask, many people say they believe, but they can't receive because when it comes to frequency, they are not there. They are waiting for the right moment. They're waiting when they're going to get more money to invest in themselves or to invest in their dreams. So they're waiting and waiting, waiting, operating on a very different frequency. You're down here and your dream is up here. And the only way for you to connect with that dream is shift yourself mentally. This is when we talk about using the unseen forces. Great leaders believe in unseen forces. What is that unseen forces? It's not only the energy, frequency, and vibration, but you can also use the unseen force, which is your imagination. Your imagination is your higher mental faculty, and you can, just like this, shift your vibration, which means your emotional state, and you can imagine your dream right now. You can do it just like that in a millisecond. However, imagination being your mental muscle, it needs work. So you need to practice it. Just like Christelle said with chakras, with the exercise of releasing that energy. Sometimes, if we have never heard about it before, if we've never done this before, we may not connect with it straight away. So if we don't connect with it straight away, we give up. We start doubting. Only practice and awareness and knowledge and support will help you get there. But you already have everything you desire. And I really want you to repeat this to yourself all the time. You already have everything you desire. So Today, what I'm going to leave you with, I'm going to give you a few tools where you can use straight away to shift your vibration. And I really want you to start using these tools straight away. Sometimes you use them subconsciously or unconsciously in the past without even knowing what does to you. You did feel better. But I'll give you few tools you can start using to shift your emotional state so you can feel better straight away, because only then, when you shift your emotions, you shift your vibration, you can start attracting what you want. Because again, you don't attract what you want, you attract what you are. And what you are is how you feel today, is the vibrational level you operate with, and is the frequency you are at right now. This is what you attract as we speak. So, a couple of things you can do to shift your vibration, which means your emotions. First of all, focus on the things you love. Love is the highest of vibration, and it has a very high frequency as well. So even if you're not feeling at your best right now, instead of focusing on what you don't want, focus on what you want. And you can do it like this. And I know that sometimes people say, no, I can't because of the thinking pattern. Trust me, when you make a decision, you are in control of your thoughts. Even though you may think it's autopilot, yes, it is. And it can be an autopilot if it's unchecked, if it's not practiced. If you are not in control of your thinking, yes, it can be on autopilot. But the moment when you start studying yourself, and the moment when you start really recognizing who you really are, you will be in control of you. It takes practice again and understanding. So think about the stuff you love. The easiest way to do is to even look around yourself, what you are surrounded with right now. Like, for example, this beautiful flower behind me. I can just say, I love this flower. I love the shape of it. It's a really rare flower as well. So the more I pay attention to this flower right now, the more I'm amazed how it's been created, and the colors, the purple veins and the green leaves and this incredible like lime green um, border here. It's just incredible. So you shifting your focus from what's bothering you to what you love. If you have pets, focus on your pets. If you have children, focus on your children and what you love about them. You can go outside and literally take yourself to a beautiful place when you just love the surroundings. What you can also do is turn on the music. Turn on the music that really makes you feel good. Music changes your vibration instantly. I'm sure many of you have done it in the past. Without knowing what you're doing, you made yourself feel better. If you do what you love, so if you have a business you're passionate about, this straight away shifts your vibration. That's why so many people who are business owners by choice and they follow their passion, they're doing really well because they naturally focus on what they love doing. That's why obstacles sometimes are easier to overcome, because they love what they do. So that's really important to really discover your passion, which is also a process, but it can be done. I promise you, because I've been there myself. I would never had thought that I'd be doing something I truly love. I would never really thought it's possible, but I have discovered it through a process. Another thing is friendship. Be surrounded by people who make you feel better. We have to be very aware that every single person has certain energy they bring with them. And I'm sure you've noticed this when you are speaking to your friends or family members. You know that some people make you feel good and some people just don't. Some people criticize you, some people question you. If you even come up with an idea, instead of being excited for you, they say to you, how are you going to make it happen? What do you think you are? Do you think you are Einstein or whatever? Like, some people just question your ability all the time. This is not a good impact on your energy. So you may have to make sure that you surrounded yourself with like-minded people who will help you to raise up. That's why your environment is so important. Who do you spend your most time with? because you are a sum total of the 5 people you spend your time with. So you have to be choosing really wisely. It's not the easiest way to do, because sometimes those people who are having negative energy are a part of our closest family. But you need to be aware of it. You need to be aware of it and choose wisely. That's why when you want to step up and you join, for example, trainings like we offer here, our mentorship training, straight away you walk into a group of like minded people where you can freely talk about your ideas and challenges, and you are supported straight away. Not only you supported straight away, but you also are surrounded with these people and you listen to them as well, so you get that energy from them straight away. So even though you may not be feeling great, you are with these people and straight away they shift your energy. That's why it's so important to really be surrounded with that people. Now, a burning desire for accomplishing your goal, that's another thing that really can raise up your energy straight away. So if you know what you want and you every single day work towards it, then your vibration will shift. Some people do it automatically, some people do it unconsciously. But for majority of us, we need to work on that motivation on a daily basis. And these are just a few tools you can start using today to shift your vibration straight away. And I can promise you, if you live your life starting today as if your dream is already here, you will be attracting people and opportunities who will help you to get there faster. And this is a thought I would like to leave you with today. If you want to understand the universe and yourself, think about in terms of energy, frequency, and vibration. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed it. If you have any questions, please do reach out. And I look forward to seeing you in a few hours. We're going to talk about procrastination and how to overcome procrastination. So we'll understand what procrastination is, how to overcome it, so you can move forward with your life. Thank you so much for being with us today. And we have so much more to share with you today and tomorrow. Thanks again, and see you soon.